Is that a brush or an Instagram filter?
That was a brush. He was cleaning. That's excellent. All right. Hi, everybody. Kat Jackson here with the Hobby Hangout, and we're hanging out today with Matt Cexwish all the way out from Berlin. Some of you might be on that side of the world with him. We're going to take a little bit of time today to get to know Matt and some of the exciting projects he has going on, 3D printing and, oh my gosh, everything else this crazy artist has on his plate all the time. And we're going to spend about an hour with Matt now. So hope you guys enjoy, and we'll check you out in the next Hangout. And Matt, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Oh, yeah. So thank you very much for having me. Thank you for inviting me over to the Hangouts. It's something that's pretty new to me. I usually try to avoid also things like Skype. Yeah, technology is really not my friend, it seems. There's always something interesting, and I've actually preferred something quite sophisticated, but of course it didn't work out so much. But it's okay. Now we are all here. Hello, everyone. I think I see some familiar faces, although everyone is really small in the little square there. But yes, I know.
Hello.
I know some of you from the Adepticon. Actually, I recognize some faces from Schaumburg. So yes, so that's really cool to see you guys back after that long time. Yeah, as you can see, also maybe somewhere in the left. Our two good friends actually also joined us, Ben Comets and Jack Crow. So it's really great that that this has worked out, and thank you very much for coming over. Yes, and what you can see here is my working room. I actually have two rooms, one working room and one other room, but I mostly spend all my time rather here. So I also paint here. Actually, you cannot see the other side, but if you could, actually you would see a lot of inspiration on my walls and some plans. And yeah, in the back you see my schedule. It's actually super full. And I used to have one like this year schedule, and this is the last year schedule, so I can kind of see if the year is progressing in a good or in a bad way compared to last year. And then on the left I have some projects, actually some new ones, some old ones, but we tested the quality of the camera, and it is really a little bit difficult to show all these little details. So actually the marvels of technology allow for something that I hope will work out, because I thought it's good to show you some work that I've done in the past, for the ones that don't know about me at all. So you can at least see the see some of the things. Yes, I've done. Do you see that?
Ooh, yeah.
Yay! Old school.
It's working.
So this is actually one entry that's quite dear to my heart. It was not the very first thing that I've handed into a competition. I think this was in 2005. The first year that I entered something was in 2004, actually. It was the Dark Elder. It was like a Wrath Lord, but this one here was the one that I did afterwards. So a lot of love actually in there. The first of actually dioramas that then I tried to continue afterwards to do. But you see the little mouse, you know, the mouse that has kind of forced this whole machine into collapse. So that was the beginning. And then I've done this, the diving bell. I think it was in 2006. Quite a lot of resin. I think all in all around. I think it was like a one whole liter of resin. So it was pretty crazy. And here you can already see something that I kind of like, and I think I might be known for that. I like to build stuff more than I like to paint, I would say. So building all these things. It's really where I draw the most joy from. This was, I think, 2006. I have included it also in this little presentation because it was in Paris in 2006, the Golden Demon, bronze. Actually, this one This one here won bronze, and it was really special to get the trophy in the Stade de France, where usually only the biggest players, and the football players are even allowed to touch the lawn with their feet, and we were able to go there, and we got the trophies there, so it was quite cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because it was really special. The Stade de France, you can see on the huge displays, they showed the winners of the trophies. It was really special to stand in that Olympic stadium with your models on the big screen.
Yeah. I still have that picture actually. If I knew, I would have included that because it's really. This is also something that I still remember. All the guys sitting in the very small part of the start, but still, it was really like seeing the miniatures on this big displays was really something. Now Apothecary. Actually, the funny story about this is that Ben has, I think, started to paint this one, and I saw it and I snatched it from him and I finished it off. I think it also won something. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But yeah. Then this was in Spain, 2008, I think. I remember it was in Barcelona, and it was a really nice event. Actually, going there, also in the where the Olympic Games were held. Actually, this one is one of the not many pieces that I have actually kept myself. It's the Master of the Puppets. It was France, I think, also in 2008. And it's really one of my favorite pieces still. I think I will always keep it because you can only sell something once, but the memories are just so dear to me. So I think I will always keep this one here. There's some really weird interpretations by many people, this one, and all of them are very creepy. And I didn't actually intend doing that. I actually have, I was more like setting the spectator in the role of the children that can then observe the puppet master, like that. Actually sculpted by a good friend, Kevin Kosse.
Wow.
Doesn't sculpt too much miniatures anymore. This was for Russian collectors. Also this one here, actually not so long ago. Basically, there you can also see my working desk with these little textures, and it was quite fun. This here was for the Games Day Germany. Actually, Ben had the idea to hand in one entry for each of the categories, and each of them would have been done in just one day. So
it was. We wanted to do something more fun to also show people that you don't always have to take things too serious. But still, we wanted to get something in a competitive mood. So the idea was 12 entries, 24 hours to build, 24 hours to paint each. And we didn't succeed in the end. We couldn't manage to do all the projects.
Yes, we have not managed to do that, but that was still really fun, and especially this it is called Grotbot number 5. It looks a little bit like this robot. Maybe you remember the film, Johnny number 5. Yeah, and the idea was actually this was built during the Scrap Demon in France, where it won the Scrap Demon, and then I painted it in more or less one day, and then it failed to win. But it's okay. It's still one of my pieces that I like. I think. Oh, actually, this was in Italy, 2008. I also think it was 2008. Yes, you can even hear the dogs when you look at this piece. It's actually and the drill that digs into the ground, and he collects wordstone. So it's like a diorama that actually opens up, and it was the first of the series of Leonardo di Muragliano's pieces, and actually. It has a lot of surprises, and one of the surprises that this is the first and 5 other kind of combine into one big piece, like a monster piece. And this is also actually part from the Mummy, from the Museum of Miniatures. It's on display there, and I plan to make the remaining 4 elements, which will be water, fire, wind, and then there will be something like the cosmos or love or whatever, something quite kitsch. It's cliche. So this here is it's a warjack actually that I painted in my time when we were still at Painting Buddha. There is a video on YouTube actually how to paint this one here from start to finish. And I also wanted to include this. This is also from the, I think, Games Day 2013 in Germany, an entry of hobgoblins. I really like the wolves, and I like the goblin models, so I combined them into something like that. You can also see the quality of the images over the years really kind of improved. So yeah, here's the Tywin Lannister that won at bronze, I think, at the Crystal Brush. Yeah, this is a commission piece for a friend of mine, for a good friend who lives in LA. And yeah, the Walrus and Carpenter, also a piece that I did not so long ago, with a lot of little shells that actually I think has been sent from Rafa actually to us, and yeah, I made use of them.
Yeah, to be correct, actually they were sent to me, and someone snatched them off my Magic Nature box.
Yeah. Ben is always very precise about possession, but you know, I think it's a little bit like
nothing such as possession.
Yes, and this is the thing actually that I have at the moment also in the very back of my little shelf. It's something that I also shipped to the friend in LA. It's a dragon from Kingdom Death. I actually will paint nearly all of the models that come from the expansion packs in the near future. Ooh. But yeah, it's sorry that it's like so long. It takes a little bit, but besides making miniatures, I'm also an architect. Like I also work as in an architectural field, so to say. So I also do regular models, you can say, like that, for example. You know, structural models. This is quite old, actually. This one, it's called the Urban Style Bomber. This is a model that I invented. It's actually called the Abacus model. It's a model that consists of layers, and these are 360 layers, and you can browse through the model like in a book, like that. So it opens up, and then you can see every cut in the models and have a look inside and see how the space in there kind of works.
Are you currently an architect then? Are you working as one right now?
It's like this. I graduated in 2013, and I think you never stop being an architect. I still have like my own office, which is called Überdiener, and in there, me, a good friend, Adam, and also sometimes Ben, we try to come up with projects. Actually, also architecture.
Yeah, because I'm also an architect. So
yeah, Ben is also an.
You have your degree in architecture, don't you?
Yeah, already in 2006, and I've done that until the big painting Buddha snatched me away. So.
Yes. Yeah, so actually there is a very interesting project that we are designing at the moment. So I think you never stop being an architect. And for me personally, it's not necessarily about making like planning or designing buildings, but it's about designing in general. So if it's now, you know, a building, or if it's an object, or if it's a miniature, it's more or less all good. So yeah, we try to do some architecture, like proper things. I also work for the German Society of Architects by day, and by night I just continue painting miniatures. So there are a lot of, as we say in Germany, a lot of hearts are beating in my chest.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so this was a little introduction to the stuff I do.
Do you have any current projects that you're working on as far as miniatures go, for any shows or training or anything like that?
Yes, there might be actually a little hint in the background. But
trying to look around you.
The thing is, it's a big surprise.
It's a super big and shiny Easter egg in the back.
No, actually, at the moment, like I have sketchbooks, and in these sketchbooks I have thousands of sketches actually, but. Actually, you know, like taking time to come up with a proper miniature suggestion, it is not as easy as it was back in the day actually, because people nowadays, you know, after you win, for example, Slayer Sword, also they expect you to be like really like every of your projects has to be like the next crazy thing, you know, and has to top the old one, and this really, yeah, actually it takes quite a lot of time to come up with a really good. With a good project nowadays. Although I have to say that I try to force myself to paint more like leisure, you know, like something fun. Yeah, but let's see.
Yeah, I think it can really also drag some energy out of you if you always try to think too big and too complicated. That was also another small benefit of the 24-hour projects is just do something and be happy that you've done something, and just get enjoyment from that. I think it's especially with the big projects. It can happen that you work for a year on a big project and then people see it for a minute or two, and that's it. And it can be also frustrating. So
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. But yeah, at the moment, as I said, like I paint the Kingdom Death miniatures actually for my good friend in LA as a commission. Actually, it's funny because I have 2 dragons at the moment on my shelves, and I wonder how how I got them.
yeah.
And I wonder how I will finish them, but I also have the big Forge-World dragon. It's actually, you cannot see it, but it's on the shelf. So yeah, actually quite big, miniature-wise, quite big projects. But beside of that, I have really a lot to do with the printing, actually, with printing stuff for people on a commission basis. So we are also trying to get a little business started. Which actually will be called, and this is actually I think also exclusive, like a world's first. The name that we have chosen will be printminiornot.com.
Oh, neat.
Yay!
Yay! Print mini or not.
Yes.
That's cool. I think it's been approved too.
Yeah. The thing is that setting up also the website and all these projects, like I think I have way too many projects on my head at the moment.
Matt and me both run like headless chicken at the moment through Berlin, and it's really a lot on the table.
That's true. Yes.
So you said you do the printing on commission. Are you working directly with sculptors? Or are you working with companies, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, well, the thing is that mostly people send models and ask for a quote. Like it really starts like really low pitch, so to say, like low profile. That it's really like how you say, mouth to ear propaganda that we have. That sometimes someone says, "Oh, where have you printed your stuff?" and then they send them our ways. Actually, the printer has been built by a very good friend that I know for I think around 20 years by now, who's like my business partner and also best friend. And he has built his own printer because he is always like a tech savvy guy, and yeah, he really likes to solve problems. So one day he decided to just.
I can tell you the printer is really insane. I mean, on the highest level of quality, insane. So hats off to Adam and Matt for getting stuff like that done.
Yeah, actually, here I have also some pictures of the prints that we have done. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is, for example, also part of a project that I have been working on, actually to be done before the Adepticon. I wanted to bring it to the Adepticon. It's a little bit sad that it didn't finish up, but I think the model itself is pretty impressive. It's part of the cup noodle kaijus. These Godzilla. I always like Godzilla, so I thought, how about making like these the scene of these 3 big like monsters ravaging through a city. So all these buildings, they fit in the cup noodles cup, and also with the Godzilla creatures. So this is a project that will be, I hope it will be done in the not so far future actually. Here's something that we're working on for a very good friend of mine, actually, Mo Ganji. It's actually, he makes tattoos like that consist of 1 line, and my idea was to kind of make that as a sculpture, like a three-dimensional. So yeah, so he makes faces and animals and stuff like that, and we will do a little exhibition from these sculptures, not too far time. It's pretty amazing what you can do with the printer. This is, for example, a chain
thing is so crazy.
That is crazy. That came out of your printer?
Yeah, and the thing is that all these little links, they are not touching, so it's still flexible. Like this, so you can still kind of crumble it. So if you are planning precise enough, you can do these things with our printer. And I think it's really amazing, the amount of detail that you can bring out. This, for example, was Steve Party's. What's the name?
Harlequin.
Yeah, Harlequin.
Harlequin,
That's like her stiletto shoe, and it's quite impressive how small you can go. Also here there is, for example, an arm from a sculpt that we have, and there you see also the same arm. Yeah, it was flipped over, but you can see that this is the big advantage of printing, that you can actually sculpt something in digital, and then you can print, like scale it afterwards, which is really, really great for companies. This is actually something really also really cool. It's a prototype. Actually, it's from a wood carving from a church in Norway, and this has not enough depth now, but we will do it like so. You can have all these little like super fine things that you could never sculpt or could sculpt, but would take a lot of time, and you could really print them out really fast. Actually.
There's no terracing in your work. There's no lines in it.
Yeah, not so much. I mean, there is still, if you watch them closely, because like sometimes there's something, the way the models are kind of they are. It's really like a surprise, and it takes a lot of time actually to get rid of all of the lines actually. But actually, you cannot really see them like with your naked eye. It's nearly impossible. This is, for example, one of the smallest parts that we have managed to print. You can see the little knob on the end of the barrels. It's really crazy. It's like super small. And also like bigger things, like this is, for example, for architecture also we do these things too. So it really depends what you want the model for, and for that we can find a solution. But we have actually quite a lot of printers to our disposal, and we also have the experience actually to know when to use which technique. So it's actually pretty.
With that, Matt, with the printer that you're using, then that your friend built, it's Atom, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you using like a special software program also that goes with it? Or are you creating your own software, or are you just using something that?
This whole thing was built completely from scratch.
Wow! Wow!
The software was
super cool.
Yeah, I know. I think it's it's really fantastic. Whenever Adam brings me, for example, new stuff, and actually it's a pity because here to the left I have like nearly my whole desk is full with projects actually that I'm not allowed to show you because it's clients' works, and we take that very seriously. So whenever clients send us the data, we print that out, and actually after receiving the data, we also delete everything we have, because this is like their intellectual property. So, but there's really exciting things coming out, and stuff that would be really difficult to sculpt like traditionally. And there's really some interesting stuff. But I think it's around like 3 months to maybe half a year of time until we can really share all these things with you. But there are some really good things coming up actually. Yes.
That's super cool.
Some busts, some 28mm figures, some 75, everything. It's really quite something. But I better stop because I can't show anything. So.
Do you do any traditional sculpting, or have you ever done anything like that, or is it all digital for you?
Well, I myself, I'm not a sculptor. Sadly, I would love to be a sculptor. It's just great, it's like one of the highest forms of art if you can take something like clay and turn it into a miniature. I rather build stuff. I can build stuff with plastic cards, with bits. I can do that, and I like doing that. And sculpting, I mean, I have tried it, but it needs way more practice. And I think if I sit down, like really seriously, I think I could improve my sculpting. But there are some people, and this is really frustrating, that are just natural born sculptors. Like Carrasco, for example, one of the good friends of us. He just sits down and sculpts with a stick, a wooden stick. And it's a little bit humbling if you see that.
They can take a stick and see a piece of art in it.
Yeah, no, it's really, he takes like he sits there with a toothpick or like a chopped off bit of wood and starts to sculpt amazing figures next to you, and you think like, Okay, I better go home.
Never mind.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
But I think, you know, sculpting with the right putties is actually it's actually, you can make your life a little bit easier if you use the right putty and the right technique, so to say. Also use the right references and books. You can you can go quite far, but I also think that there is something like natural born sculptors, and these people have just so much less effort than people who have to learn it anyway.
Yeah. Also, we can admit that we have fantastic sculptors here in Berlin as our friends, and it's you get lazy when you have friends that can sculpt, and you sit there and you need something for a competition, and you go like, oh, please, can you do just that tiny little figure for me? And they're like, yeah, you'll get it in a couple of days, and because I mean, if you're by heart a painter, you know, you always want to paint things much rather than sculpt them. I think if you can do both, it's perfect. But if you start to sculpt, for example, and then you need to paint your own sculpt, you see all the mistakes because we see much more with the brush than we see with the eye. So it can be so frustrating. I sculpted a head, for example, and then painted it, and you think, oh, that is not good. Okay, here I need to put some more lights there to make it look rounder than it actually is. But you know, it's something that if you can avoid it, why bother with it? But yeah, I mean, it's the same for me. It would be great if I could sculpt everything that I have in mind. But yeah, I have to. I mean, this way you have to work together with other people to create your art. It can be cool, but also a bit sad to the point.
When you do works like your Walrus and the Carpenter and Two Sides of the Coin, you know, those projects like that, how do you plan and prepare a project like that? How do you come about making something like that? I got to see the Walrus and the Carpenter this year, and they're just stunning. And how do you get there as an artist?
Well, actually, everything starts really with an idea and sketches, and actually needs a lot of time to develop. For example, I'm just looking up into my computer if I can find the sketches that I have done for Return of the Warlord, actually, which was not included even in the presentation for some reason. But for that, I think I developed the idea for 2 years or 3 years from the first sketch to the idea, and it's really like carrying it with you for a very long time, and it really doesn't come like from one day to another, so to say. We also have a lot of folders with inspiration in there, and I think I can show you this here, for example.
Where do you draw your inspiration from? Do you a lot of other people's work, or from books, or
everything?
Actually, everything. Yeah, that's actually the thing. Inspiration, you never know where it strikes. So inspiration can come everywhere, basically, and it starts from. Can you see that actually?
Yeah.
It starts from really crappy sketches, all in German, with, you know, the general idea of something. I mean, it didn't start like that technically, but rather from different inspiration actually that I just had, and then actually there is a stage where I just sit down and just try things out with bits and with parts, and then it's very important to actually talk to about your idea with your friends. So you really have to have someone you can tell the idea to, and then this someone might give you some idea how to.
And this someone might wave into the camera.
Yeah. And it really helps to have like creative people also that can then help you suggest you something. That might work. And then you can see something, and and then you might come up with something additional that you have not even thought before that might just make the project better. So
is that something that you'll offer with your printing company? So, for example, if someone has a project and they need a specific part printed, or you know, they need an idea for a project, they can speak with you to get feedback or ideas.
I don't offer that like by now as a single service.
Like consultation?
Yeah, I rather get people really bombard me with messages and ask to say something about the ideas. Strangely enough, it's very rare that people actually have a elaborated even a starting concept with them. They rather show me miniatures that are commercial miniatures, and then they ask me about their painting. And I think it would be great if they come with like structural questions and base questions or something like that, because I think I can help them develop the project from there. These things, like these questions, rather occur from workshops that we give. We don't give so many, like me and Ben, for example. Actually, we have given, I think, only 3 or so together until now, and I've given one myself, a base building workshop. And sometimes they are also private coachings where people come with a certain problem, so to say, and then they ask, how can I change this? How can I improve my projects actually? But yeah, this is actually it could be more often because I think when you start to talk with people about something, then you can really have a different impact in your project from someone else, and it really is good for your project actually to get a different view.
Do you offer private coaching as well?
Yes, I do. Not as professionally as other people maybe, but like I don't have a website, for example, where it's all written down. So it's more like it's more like when people write to me, then we talk about that. But I'm really busy, so I don't even know if I had the time for that. I mean, I always find time, more or less, but really, like my time is really limited. So. I wish I had more time for these things.
If anybody else has any questions, you guys can go ahead and unmute at this point, since we're done with the presentation part too. We've got one. We do have a sculptor in here with Lee. Lee's one of our regular Hangout members, and he's always teaching us about regular sculpting. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes. Till now, I still actually scout with Beast Party.
It's cool. Beast Party is developed by a German friend of ours. So
yeah, definitely.
Good to hear.
Yeah. So every time we got something new, I'll take 3. I don't know if that thing will work for me or not. I just take 3. Just in case it actually works.
There's actually something in the pipeline too. I'm not allowed to say what it is, but we might have worked something out for him in the past. So I think you will have a lot of other things coming up from Stefan very soon.
Oh, very cool.
More things to buy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I have the impression that a lot of people actually are preparing a lot of things at the moment. Yeah, a lot of tools actually coming up.
Ooh.
Oh, there's something I have to ask Ben right now.
Yes, dude.
The pink robot teddy bear. Have you done anything with it yet?
No,
or you're still drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's still here at the back of my desk. I haven't really time to do like a nice private project for a while. Because since I left Painting Buddha, it's all about making money to pay the rent. So, but it's not forgotten. It's still smiling here, and it's in its pink base color.
Right. By the way, I didn't pick the color.
No, the color is perfect. It forces you to think of something different.
Yes.
I at first I was thinking about sending the blue one.
No, the pink one is perfect. Thanks
Then
again for that.
then Michael saw the pink one and he just said that one.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine him choosing this bear for several reasons that I won't discuss in public. No.
It was quite tough to wrestle it out of his fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, no, I will keep it. I was like, no, it was a present for me. So,
Well, the pack of noodle is for him.
yeah, I think when he opened the box, he inhaled the noodles. So that was
No order, just.
Quite horrible, yeah.
You've got other projects coming up right now that I know you guys are working on with you and Ben. Not saying you have to tell us anything about it, but when can we look for announcements about it? Where can we go look?
It's a good question actually. I mean, we are working on something, but we have learned from the past, from past deployments, that it's done when it's done. You know, we don't promise anything, we don't say anything. When we don't say soon, we don't do that.
Like this year?
Yeah, maybe. The thing is, we are currently working on actually a couple of projects. Quite fiercely. Some are pretty close to completion. Some actually have also been seen by the guys at Adepticon. And I think
I have one of them.
I think you have, yeah, maybe you have one of them laying around. And actually, well, generally, as Ben said, like, you know, this is like a very interesting time for him, for example. For me, also, it's quite exciting, but it is a little bit of a time where people try to, I think, work a little bit more professionally and just see if they can really make a living from what they love most, like painting miniatures. So therefore, we have not only therefore, but we actually have had like ideas like that for possible tools and products for a very long time, but we didn't have necessarily the motivation to kind of release them so much before. And now I think the Adepticon was really like a little bit like for me and for Ben. I think even last year the Adepticon, it was really like a game changer a little bit, because we saw how passionate people actually are about painting and about, well, everything that comes to that, and just
yeah.
like
Also, I mean, it's really interesting because it's a bit like Europe a few years ago. That excitement in the air, that people really think that miniatures mean something. It changed here, and it's more people consider it more as an art, but as a niche art that will always stay in the niche. And in the US, you have both the good spirit of the moment, the memento, I think is perfect to move things. Plus, it's a very positive commercial spirit. We don't have that in Europe. In Europe, it's like artists, yeah, do it for the art's sake. And in the US, you know, people don't take it as an offense if you want to do business with your, like, if it's your day job, then it's your day job, and it's something so different to the spirit.
I would also say, like, the main difference is that when you, for example, have a product in Germany or in Europe, people kind of expect to get a free sample of your product, and then they decide, if they like it or not, and they ask their mother and their brother and the brother's brother, and then they say, yeah, it's quite a good product, but nah, it's not. I don't know. I don't get. It's a good product, but I don't buy it. And in the States, people just get, products like that, and then they decide after they bought it if it's good, and then they buy another one if they liked it. So I kind of like this kind of idea of giving people a chance, like just giving it a try, really. And I also understanding that good things, like with a good quality, they also have to have a price, because otherwise we are not able to do these. So this was really surprising when I came to, actually, when we came to the Adepticon and saw also like the excitement of people, and also US painters being a little bit more technical, I would say, than Europe painters. they really like to have like clear instructions what they should do, and then take it from there and say, okay, if you do it like this, this will be the result. So I really like that, and yeah, based on that, we just went on and started to think about the products that we had actually developed already, and yeah, actually, well, me and Ben actually we founded something that actually I have it here. It's Mojo. It's a little monkey actually from The Simpsons, the Mojo monkey.
Mojo the helper monkey.
Yeah.
Mojo sick.
Yes, this one. And yeah, we really like to create something that has also like a very yeah, very strong name, you know, very short name. That's the idea.
But I think it's really important to say that the idea of Mojo is to create something helpful to help you to develop your skills and to train what you do. Yay, these!
Yeah.
So,
I'm not going to show you what's in the box though, but that's the box.
No, you can. I actually, you know, this is the thing. I think we are like, as you say, we are a circle of very tight group. There can't be more than 8 people or so. I mean, it's, you know,
yeah, nobody will see it out there.
I think that it's time to also show you some things. Actually, that we have also prepared for quite some time. So let me see if I can find it. So what we came up with is actually, let me see, where is it?
This happens to be one of my favorite tools ever, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
No, that's good because it's really something that we have been using actually ourselves for some time before we decided to publish that. Okay, so I think I will just let the cat out of the sack, as we say.
lovely German sayings. It's like.
So yeah, so there you go. This is actually can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the second version of the tools that we will use for actually also our workshops and painting classes and private coachings. Actually, these are the delusion helpers. And the delusion helpers are a series of little test strips that can help you find the right consistency of your color every time you paint.
Oh,
so basically, yeah. So a lot of people struggle to find, you know, the right consistency, and we explain, or we have seen that in past classes, that so many people don't know necessarily what the consistencies that we paint with. So we, this is like a communication tool, you know. It helps us to communicate the right consistency for you guys. So when we speak about, for example, a heavy glaze, then you can test on the, on the top part how it should look, and on the lower part you see, here, there you go. On the lower part you have then these like little dots where you can test it out and just, yeah, paint what you need. And they come in a white version like this here, and in a black version, which is this one.
Ooh, that one's
yeah,
good.
this is actually pretty new. So when you have black foundation, you have the black strips, and they also come with this kind of booster pack down there in this little wooden. The wood is not final yet. Like, we are experimenting with different wooden types, but this is how it looks at the moment. And maybe there will be a black box, but I don't know for sure.
I got to use it in.
So they're also quite good if you want to show your friends. Like if somebody looks at a miniature you've done and they ask how you've painted something a certain way or what colours you've used, you can just rip off a card and give them almost a recipe so that they can match the tones to refer to later on.
Yes, you can do this. You can then actually have this and then put this also near your wet palette, and then you will always know exactly which which color you have to kind of mix. And also the black one.
Also
It's
one thing.
so good for recipes.
Yeah, definitely. But also one thing that is important to mention is that it's a very special paper. It's coated to emulate the surface of a Games Workshop primer, because most of us use either airbrush or Games Workshop primer, but the Games Workshop primer is one of the most common in the hobby industry. We decided to go to a very close finish to that on the paper.
Yeah.
So this is a special developed paper for that need, and I think it's very cool now that we also have the black ones. You can see how the paints also appear on the black and white foundation.
Yes. Yeah, the paper actually is, we labeled it the Juju paper. It's actually, like, the Juju paper has really like a really really smooth finish, and it's like a special paper mixture that has been developed for us. So yeah, we spent actually a lot of time actually developing all like these things, and yeah, we just hope that we can conceive or like kind of communicate how we paint with this better than we have done in the past. So that's the idea.
When I took Ben's Faces class at Adepticon, we used it in that class, and that was the first time I had seen anything like that. Well, it's the only time I've ever seen it in a class, and that made such a huge difference. You had a full class in there, and by doing that, it cut back on the amount of time that you probably had to go around individually and tell people to line up their tones and colors and consistencies correctly too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I mean, get it to this one, take it over to this level, and figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's so good because you can't imagine how often you get the like questions or even like mails, and it's even more ridiculous in a mail to ask, is my paint thin enough without showing a picture? But people do that, and I think it's so good to have like that guide and say, okay, can you match it to the top dot? Control it. Is it the same consistency? Okay, well then it is a light glaze. You can do that and use it for this and that technique. So,
Yeah.
You can also show your thumb, but it doesn't make so much. Yeah. So yeah, this is one of the things that we have been developing, and actually it's up to Ben if we go the next step.
No, it's on me. Oh God.
And that's going to be immortalized. That's been live recorded for you forever.
Yeah, perfect. I could just say everything is lined up. So I can't say soon, as you promised not to say soon, but
no, I will not say it. Promise.
One of these days.
Yeah.
Say what all game developer says when it's done.
It's done when it's done.
Yeah.
No, but Ben, I mean, Ben has been also working like on something for a long time, and now we have kind of joined forces on that. And actually, we have something, but it's Ben has to say if we should show it or not.
Oh God, no. Well, I mean, a lot of you guys know that I've been also thinking about doing my own Patreon channel with painting videos again, because I think it's one of the best way to communicate how I paint and how people paint, because you can see and hear how the people work. So yeah, and as I'm not as good or fast as Matt with video editing. I mean, I'm very good with graphics and overlays and all that visual stuff, but not really good with the editing itself. So Matt helped me for that, and we're now teamed up, and he's helping me with the videos. So there will be something happening in the next 2 weeks.
You have your Patreon launched already, don't you?
No.
Oh, you didn't start the Patreon account yet?
Well, I started it, but it's not public.
Okay.
Sorry. No problem. I've just started setting things up. It's kind of hard because you always think of what people would like to see or what people would like to receive, and it's not really easy to find the levels of what you give, what you can do for what amount of money, because I want to show actually in the videos how I actually work, like more or less straight from the desk how I paint. And yeah, as Matt and me, technique is not our friend. We're not technical guys. Setting things up like that takes a bit
I
longer.
can show a little sample actually. If you mean that, I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
I can show a little sample of the video.
All right. Okay. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah,
Cool.
I want to see it.
All right.
Very ready.
A sneak preview.
All right. There you go. Oh my God, this is exciting.
Hey, my name is Ben Comets, and I'm a miniature painter.
Oh
Welcome.
God, it's Ben Comments.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Oh God.
He doesn't want to see himself.
No, I think it's so cute.
And what colors I use and how my daily process of painting is. For this first video, I have a very special announcement, and I'm very proud of it. It's the first miniature of my line. I decided that even though there are a lot of different companies out there that produce fantastic miniatures, you find a lot of stereotypes, and I wanted to have just a little corner for funny and positive miniatures. The first miniature is the hero of the sky. It's a pig pilot.
Wow! Oh my God!
And yeah, it's very nice because you have a lot of round elements, that fantastic snout, and also some lovely texture. It's really super nice in details. You have some fine detailed textures and also some fantastic volumes. If you want to work really fast on a
Give us a bit forward until we see a bit of paint.
control
Do you want to? Well, wait. Now comes the thing with the
consistency of your colors. In this
consistency.
video, it will be the first time where you can actually see the use of a very helpful tool that
tool?
Matt-
That's us. Yes.
Yeah, that's how Matt and me work through Moscow. Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, that's still the old picture.
Yeah. Oh, turn it up, there, man.
Before you go to the miniature,
Here you can see the use.
test the consistency on the paper strips and check if that is the right consistency for the technique that you are going to use. Finding the right consistency is one of the biggest issues for painters out there. So that little helpful tool that we developed will really help you to control your consistencies better. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy that kind of miniatures, and you will enjoy painting that and following the video. And before I forget, you have the chance to win that figure. It will be raffled off amongst my Patreon supporters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, check that out. And
He's showing way too much. Way too much. No.
What?
Okay. The pig looks familiar.
No.
Yeah.
He
Never.
reminds
Wait,
me of
what?
the one from Beyond Good and Evil. There's a game
Yeah.
that has a pig.
Oh really? Yeah.
I was thinking about one of those old anime, and when I saw that pig, I was thinking, where's Totoro?
Yeah, I think it's Akira.
So yeah.
Wow, this is the hero of the
Matt showed really a lot. So, but yeah, that will be also like the first part of the Patreon video, and also the launch of another product, of the first miniature. So that will all happen very, very soon. I've not said soon.
He said it.
Ah, you did!
No.
Now you're stuck.
When it's done.
Yeah, it's done as soon as it could be done. So yeah, no, but we're busily working on it. So
When it's ready.
Yes. No, but yeah, this is like basically one of the projects that we have been working on for some time, not too much, but yeah, we will just make sure that the quality will be as high as it can be, with the means that we actually have at the moment, which are surprisingly humble, but it kind of works out. And it's a lot of fun, I think, so yeah.
I think it was beautiful. I think that's it's so fun to see Ben back doing what people really enjoy seeing him do, and that you guys are actually going to back that with tools that we can all use. That just touches such a wide audience. It's not just the people who want to sit down and learn. I mean, that's something that we can use at our own desks, that we can be on the video. That's awesome. That's so cool. I hope you guys expand and do more tools for us.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want it to be like product placement show, because I think that was very important also for me to have it not like that, but to keep it useful and to so. But I think that's really a good combination. I mean, because it helps you just to understand the process a lot better and to communicate that with your friends. So.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yay! So I'm looking forward to that soon. By the way, I'm looking forward to that soon.
Better not. Yes.
When it's ready, TM.
Yes. No. Oh God. No. We try to do it differently, like our ways. But yeah, the next show actually that we will go. Next show might be actually Monte San Savino, right?
Yay!
I hope that a lot of you guys actually come, like make the big travel and come to see us there. Actually,
I'll be there.
You will be there.
Yep, we get to see you guys again.
When is that?
It's in November. Mid of November.
Yeah.
And it's in Italy, in Tuscany, and it's one of the have-to shows on the globe. It's not only quality-wise, but just from the people you meet, the food you get, and the whole area is just so beautiful. It's definitely worth a trip around the globe.
Are you guys staying in a villa?
No.
Yeah.
Like, we will stay at a small hotel just on the outside of the city gate, because we were, as always, late with booking. But it's a very nice hotel. Actually, it's the hotel where I stayed at for the first time when I went to Monte. They invited me as a judge, so it's a very nice place.
Brings back memories, yes.
Yeah. Oh no, terrible memories as well. No, but
I'm a little afraid of the family initiation drink.
Yeah, the hidromele.
No.
Yeah,
No,
the hidromele is. Actually, the funny thing is that every year some people fall sick, and I think it's not necessarily only because of the alcohol. No. It's the hidromele is really great. It's like baptism through honey wine.
Through me.
Yeah, and everyone who comes has to kind of get like a really big like chuck. So there are some pictures out there, and they don't spare anyone. No matter who you are, you will get baptized by hidromele.
On your knees and drink the honey liquor.
Yes.
Just don't ask Ben to take a photo of you doing it.
Yeah, that's true. But I can give you one advice: try to be first.
Yeah, be first in line.
Why?
The guests are usually first. The guests are
the Monte virgins are first. But it's really like if you want to share a bottle of wine with 100 friends without a glass. Better be first. No, but
it might be
so great. I mean, it all fits the show and the mood. It's just perfect.
That's fantastic.
It might actually be a good idea to bring your own glass to the hidromele. I think no one has.
No, it's forbidden. It's forbidden to bring a glass.
Can I bring my own glass?
No. You can take protective lip balm, but nothing more.
Nice.
If I do make it, I think I'll just bring a funnel.
Yeah, that's good. The honey wine is infused with chili peppers and all kinds of spices, so funnel might also not be the right solution.
Ooh.
Okay, now you got my interest.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's homemade by one of the guys who's involved in the organization as well. So he makes the liquor every year for month. It's just perfect.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Well, we're like at an hour now, Matt. I think we even went over an hour. And it's probably really late in Berlin, isn't it?
No, it's 10:23 p.m.
Wow. That was awesome.
Yes, yeah. So it's, but I could still, if people have questions about anything about past, past painting competitions, about building stuff, about 3D printing, about anything, collaborations. Yeah, you can just ask if you want. I think I think I'm, I still have a little bit of time, obviously, for you guys. So yeah, just shoot.
On the 3D printing projects, how do people get in touch with you if they want to work with you?
Generally, we are just setting the website up properly. Up until then, they can write me an email on. They can write it to Matt at and then uberliner.com. It's like U and then like Berlin and then ER at the end.com. That will reach me. To a later time, we will have the website actually where you can contact us really easily. Or people can also write me on Facebook, basically. Or you can even write to Matt at massivevoodoo.com. That's also an email that works. And then they can just tell me what they want. I think that that's also, we are preparing a FAQ because the questions are very similar. People want to know
What material?
what the price is basically for the scale that they want to print. And there are a lot of things actually that we need really to debunk also in the first messages, and I'm also writing an article for the Figure Painter magazine about 3D printing for the miniature industry. There are so many misconceptions out there about what you can do, how you can do it, and it's really, the problem comes that people don't understand necessarily how sophisticated the technology is, how exact your model needs to be printed. There is really nothing more precise that has to be more precise than models for 3D printing, because the machine cannot interpret, for example, boundaries of where out is and where in is. And if it cannot do that, the printer will not print. And people, send all kinds of data also, and we actually can print most of that because we have quite a lot of experience in preparing the models. But I think that basically a lot of people just come and just are very curious about the whole 3D printing process, and some of them are also surprised how how sophisticated data is they have to prepare, and also what they it doesn't take necessarily so much time with us, but still, we need to talk about a lot, and this takes a lot of time actually to answer all that. But we will take the time, and we will talk to you about everything that you might send us. Sometimes also people write who don't have a model yet, but they have an idea, which is also fine. We can do that too. And yeah, basically, I think it's a very exciting technology. It's very much in the beginning, so to say. But it is something that can really be used for the miniature industry in a good way. Also in smaller series, that's also possible. So yeah, just shoot us an email, and we just might just talk about it, there.
That's
And
fantastic.
yeah,
You guys have the one printer now. Are you thinking about recreating or creating more of the printers, even for your own shop or for production eventually?
Yeah, actually, the thing is with the production, a commercial production is not so easy because a lot of the machine components are also patented, protected by patents. But we don't use that necessarily. We have some things that I think are also patent worthy, but we don't have the money to secure that. Because the big companies, there are big companies out there that have a lot of the patents like secured. But we are actually at the moment we are also thinking about building 2 more printers. The first one was like an experimentation field, and now we know exactly what we do. But up until now, the demand is not like we have a very high demand, but we still manage to do that with the one printer. The next printer will be bigger though, you know, with a bigger space. Because now we can print around 12 by 8 by 20 centimeters. Like we can print really high, but around like you know, maybe the bed is like that big, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And everything that fits in there, I mean, you know, the more miniatures, like single miniatures also you have, the lower the price, because we can do it in one go. Like the handling is really complicated. To handle all the little parts, each part has to be supported, and we do the supports usually. And then everything has to fit into the bed, and then everything has to come out without a problem. It's quite a lot of work, like the handling, taking things out, checking for mistakes. If there are mistakes, sometimes you can correct them. You're very, very careful. And then, you know, the shipping and so on. It's really, it takes quite a lot of time. But to be honest, like I do that because I think that a lot of people have a real need for that in the miniature industry, so to say. And it's not really like paying the bills, so to say. I just do it to see like good projects, honestly, and to just be part of that, you know, of that movement, really.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you'll ever move over into doing terrain pieces, or will you stay pretty much with the minis?
Actually, I like in the past I had quite a lot of offers from companies that wanted me to do some terrain pieces for them. I can imagine that, but there are so many projects.
There's only so much Matt.
There's so much projects you cannot imagine, and that's the thing that I can do that, but I can also do other things. So I don't know. Up until now, it's not so very high on my priority list to do terrain pieces.
Okay.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. And are you competing again at any point this year? Are you going to be competing at Monty or showing anything at Monty rather?
It's a little bit uncertain because I'm planning to move to the States actually in November.
Oh, when are you moving?
Yeah, maybe around November.
Where? What? Oh, I can't ask you where. I'll ask you later where.
Yeah, but that's.
Just let us know the new address. And
yeah, exactly.
Friendly visitors.
Yeah, but that's a big like idea now to do that, and the competition is really like very time consuming, and like I will make sure to prepare something when I go to competition, like something new, but to prepare something like big, you know, something that I really would like to see, like one of the things that I have in my sketchbooks, it really takes like half a year, I would say, or maybe if I'm really quick, maybe at least 2 months. So personal projects maybe not so much. Like for this year, there is a very exciting joint project actually with that I cannot speak about. No, I can't. It's actually a lot of painters that are involved in that for Monte. I cannot say anything about that, but I'm very excited, very looking forward to do this because I think it's something very new and very, very refreshing actually. And yeah, besides that, yeah, I think Monte will be the next show where we can meet and say hello.
Fantastic. What about collaborative work? Do you work with a lot of people to do any collaborative projects?
Yes, more and more. I would say that nowadays, also because of the Museum of the Miniatures, the MUMI that is in Milano, they usually have a budget, and then they ask you to produce a work that is unique, like a one of a kind. And because this has to have a certain quality, it's very good to work together with really great sculptors or other painters also. So this is the exciting thing, you know, about this. I think there's really something in the air for miniature painters now, you know, at the high level, I would say. One of the things is this, for example, the MUMI. competitions like the Monte show. There is so much opportunity actually out there for collaborations.
Yeah,
For
yeah, and for it's also so many people at the moment want to get better, want to be involved, want to talk about their painting. So it's I think the spirit at the moment is great, and also makes a lot of artists join to do cool projects together to show something special.
yes.
We see a lot of that in the Hangouts, that community feel.
Yeah.
You know, what we're doing here is a little bit different than what a normal Hangout is like. We've got a couple of people working on projects right now. Jack may be painting. Lee is definitely working on something. We've got Chuck working on something. Yeah, we've got thumbs up from Tim. He's working on something right now.
Maybe painting something for a certain German person's birthday that happens on July the 4th. I mean,
that's going to be a happy Matt on July 4th.
Yes. I can pretend that all the fireworks is just for me.
But it's the energy there with people actually sitting down and working at the same time and having a room full of people, and if you hit a stump or if you've run into a roadblock, you know, the night before, and you come into this room of artists and throw it out there. What would you do? You know, I'm hit this roadblock, and all of a sudden you have, you know, anywhere from 2 to 10 people to ask a question of, and get that feedback, and that whole shift in everything, and to get that feedback from around the world. People can be anywhere, so they all have different influences coming into it as well. It's just phenomenal.
You know, one thing that I wanted to say about that is that I was organizing a workshop last week for the Society of German Architects, again, where they have invited the best students of Germany and Poland to work on a common task for 3 days in a workshop. And when I was there, I just started to dream, you know, how it could be when we would organize something like that in the miniature world also.
Ooh.
Something like an academy, or something like a camp, like a summer camp, or something, you know, just like a workshop. And it is so interesting how much energy people actually develop when they actually do something in reality also. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Hangouts is great, you know, for people who can't just travel somewhere, but who just want to connect with people like that, you know, from all around the world. But I was just thinking, you know, one day, maybe around a bigger competition, maybe about Monte or another competition, what if we all meet up and just many painters, and just professionally, you know, have, for example, a workshop and think about a topic, and then just go for it, you know, and just do something in reality, you know, face to face.
We should put that together for Monty.
For Monte,
it's too much on the short notice for Monte.
For Monte, it's too short notice. Yeah.
Yeah, Monte is also very busy with socializing. I mean, most people already booked their hotels, and for me, for example, I'm only there Friday till Monday. I have a private coaching the whole week before. So that would be, I can't prolong the trip, and you need, I think for a joint project you would need at least like 2 or 3 days to do something cool.
Oh yeah, but that would be so cool anyway. There's the
Danish have something like that goes on. They've done 2 now already. They hire out like a house, and you turn up there, and basically for like 48 hours you go and you just bring materials and your tools, whether you're a painter, a sculptor. And the idea is that you go there and you finish a piece within those 48 hours to a competition standard. You don't necessarily enter it, but the idea is that you have a load of different artists from different backgrounds and from around the world, and you just all get together and you paint, sculpt, talk ideas. Essentially what's happening on these Hangout versions, but just in real life. So there may be some more of those coming up. I know they've had 2 already. Yeah, really cool idea.
Who was that?
Tua.
Our friend Tua, hello. Yeah, we know them quite well. That's the thing. Maybe it can work out. Maybe it's just too much organization, actually, because it is a lot of organization, and yeah, people just have to arrange the time and, you know, the place. So this is not so easy.
I hear Germany's quite easy to get to.
Yeah, Germany, it is quite connected.
Yeah.
That's neat. Does anybody else have any questions?
All these silent microphones here.
Yeah, everybody's mic'd out.
I have something interested. I'm interested in getting printed. Actually, I'm interested in getting some skulls in different scale printed for scale reference.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Like, do you have sculpts and you want to digitalize that, or you have digital sculpts already?
I just get the file from Thingiverse. There are really a lot of skulls there.
You'll have to reach out to him, Lee. Did you grab his email address?
Yes, just send it my way and we will make it happen.
Yeah.
It will work.
That'd be fun. Well, if no one else has any questions, then we'll probably wrap up.
Yay!
Are we allowed to talk about the dilution helpers in public now that you've announced them?
I hope so, because it's really live right now.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Just send out the non-disclosure agreements now. Send them out now.
to YouTube, send them all.
I was just hoping that the circle of people that will see the video anyways will be around, what, 50 maybe maximum, which is a good inner circle, you know. So that was
Okay.
Once you go viral.
I don't know how viral that will be, but the idea is that we will just continue preparing the big, show thing.
Yeah, once everything is together and we'll do the big kick-off launch, then you can go crazy and share. But you can also talk about the dilution helper as much as you want to make people crazy and hungry for it.
But what I also think is that you can then pretend that you are surprised, like, whoa, what is this?
Oh, that's so cool.
Like a surprise birthday party, exactly.
No, like honestly, I just wanted to to show you a little bit, to give you an insight also because I thought this was the idea of the Hangouts, to give an insight on the daily life that we do, basically what the stuff that we are currently doing, and maybe some of you might have expected like more projects actually that are coming. But for me, as I said before, it's not so important if it's a miniature project or if it's a product or if it's a building or whatever. It's all about creating things. And so this is what we are creating at the moment. So you have a little insight,
That's so cool.
Yeah, and just, thank you very much for hanging out with us. I hope it was not too boring. I hope it was okay.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So good to get to know you, Matt. And I hope if you guys, when you do decide to launch some of your stuff, come back and do more hangouts with us, and we can help promote it.
Sure, we just don't want to push it like too much, because I think we're really bad at this. I think it is just us and just the product that we just released. We are very excited about that. But we really want to also see just the come out very much. It's like a very big experiment for us too. To see if people can recreate the techniques that we show, and we're just as excited as I think people out there. So yeah, we'll just see what the future will bring.
That's awesome. Ben, thanks so much also to you for coming over and entertaining us again. It's always fun to have you on here.
It's great to be here, really. I hope I didn't talk too much and kept all the silent microphones silent. So, sorry for that. And I hope to be here on the Hangouts, also like on a regular Hangout to paint with you guys.
Yay!
We will definitely make it happen.
Yeah, and we have Rafa coming up on Thursday, and then I've got to connect with Alfonso, and Maddie Xander is going to do one, if not do a series of things.
We will be back for Matti and maybe for the other ones too, if they allow us in. But,
Yeah. At
like,
one point it will be just full with Matt, Jack, and me sitting here and taking all the seats.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
But Kat, I would like to thank you also again for the invitation, for making this all happen. It is something like really like in the new spirit of connecting through over the world, and I really think it's a great initiative, the Hangouts. Yeah, so thank you very much for having us. I hope, as again, like we were not too boring or too pushy or whatever. And yeah, I'm really excited to see the future editions of the Hangouts. And thanks to Ben also for showing up, and thanks to Jack for showing up, and thanks to everyone down there that I have met at the Bitticon. Thank you very much, guys. You have been great. So thanks. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, Matt.
Bye bye.